Patrols have been stepped up on South African beaches for the summer holidays. eNCA's Thuba Vilane is at Durban's North Beach and joins us now live. Thuba, how much of these patrols do you see where you are standing?
Yes, good day, We're here at the Durban North Beach, where thousands of beachgoers have converged to enjoy themselves here. Few minutes and hours ago, we were at the taxi rank where thousands of people were leaving the city, where the taxi council, Santaco, was assessing taxi to ensure that passengers do arrive safely. But we understand that as much as thousands of people have left the city, but there are thousands who are also within the city. We understand that eThekwini municipality, together with the KwaZulu-Natal tourism, they anticipated that over 1.5 million visitors are expected to visit the city during this festive season. While Metro Police and other law enforcement agencies ensure that people are safe around the city, but there are also lifeguards that ensure that people who are at the beach are safe. I'm now going to speak to Ubabuthe, who is the head of Parks, Recreation and Culture here in eThekwini. Babu Ngobo, we understand that part of ensuring that visitors are safe is also looking after them while they are also within the beaches.
Yes, of course, that is our main duty, because obviously we would love to have all of these people that are here who have entrusted us with their lives to go back home safe and in one piece. We can report that since this morning up until about 11 o'clock, we have at least counted about 45,000 people that are here, and we expect these numbers to grow by end of this afternoon. No incidents have been reported so far, with the exception of the fact that we've been told, and we're trying to manage the situation, that there's a lot of blue bottle, that these are small creatures that are found on the beach, which may actually be harmful to other people who may become sensitive. So far, only one person has been treated through our lifeguarding services. Otherwise, then everything else for now is in order.
You are talking about that everything is in order. Since the beginning of festive season, have we reported any incident of drownings or where your team has to respond to?
I must say and commend our lifeguards and everyone that is involved, especially in the management of the safety of our bathers and patrons here. Unlike maybe in the years gone by, up until now, this period, we have only had one person who disappeared on the 15th of December. This was a 16-year-old male. So far, we have been unable to detect his body, but then we'll presume that since he has been underwater since that day, maybe he's no longer alive, but we're monitoring the situation. We are also in contact with his family. But up until now, the only drownings that we have had, a total of 40, actually just more than 40, those have not been serious. We have managed the situation. People, unlike last year and other previous years, they are listening to the instructions that are issued by our lifeguards from time to time. We must also say that even children, for that matter, since 15 December, we've issued just more than 30,000 arm wrists or wristbands, and these have helped us a lot to manage them as well. Up until now, we've only had about 70 children who had to be kept in a school nearby here, and more than 17 parents have been issued with warnings, because as you know now, we no longer take it light that a child would disappear, especially when we have all these facilities that we have. So we now make parents responsible for that, and I think that is why we have seen such a marked decrease in the number of children who disappear or who sleep here overnight.
Besides that, Baba, I understand that about 1.4 million tons of litter have been collected since the beginning of this festive season. I think that also is one of the great concerns.
That is one of the biggest problems so far that we have, and all of us are actually concerned. And I've been around the beach here since this morning. I moved all throughout the coast, and I've realized that there is a serious problem, more especially of broken bottles, litter all over the shore, and we still have to really teach people as to how to manage and behave when they are here and elsewhere for that matter. But at the same time, it seems to me that we need to be very strong in terms of law enforcement. We should now make people responsible for littering so that we can then deal with the situation decisively. Education and, if I may say, brutal law enforcement, that has to happen so that we can then manage the situation.
Thank you so much, Babu Ngobo. That was the head of eThekwini Parks, Recreation and Culture, saying that so far, since the beginning of this festive season, they have collected about 1.4 liters of, tons of litters. So he's saying that they need to ensure that they tighten up their law enforcement exercise to ensure that people do not litter.
Thuba, thank you. That's eNCA reporter Thuba Vilane.